Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades. Today, we're going to talk about one stock to rule them all. Let's see if you can guess what that one stock will be. Of course, we'll talk about the SPY, we'll talk about Bitcoin. We've got options expiry on Friday, CPI on Thursday, the Bank of Japan rate hike decision that looks to be going ahead on Thursday evening Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk about all that and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and I do appreciate those who do leave comments there, who take the time to do that. I appreciate that. And of course, that does help support the channel. And those of you who are new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and you will get the daily updates there. We're going to jump straight into the charts and what we have here on the SPY. What did I tell you yesterday? Happened exactly as I said it would. If we lost that key level of 680 to go down and hit 675 and 674, that's exactly what happened on the button. It found support there. In fact, you could have played it both short, then long there. And I did give those levels yesterday. And now what are we looking at today? In the pre-market, we are actually above the 20 EMA on the daily, which is at 679 currently, but below the 9 EMA on the daily, which is 682. We do need to break back above the 9 EMA on the daily to avoid the bearish cross. Then when we do see that bearish cross, it has led to some significant downside. I believe this was about a 5% drop here. So we do want to make sure that we do maintain those levels and close above those levels, although we do have some interesting days coming ahead. We've got the CPI Thursday morning, tomorrow morning. If that comes in hot, I would expect the market probably not to like it. However, unemployment is the number that the Fed has been basing its decisions on, and that has been up. So I do think that that's not as bad as it usually would be if we have higher inflation. However, a cooler number could be a good sign there for the market, although I think there is some uncertainty and caution because, of course, we have the Bank of Japan rate hike decision, and historically stocks and crypto have dropped. The SPY has dropped anywhere between 5 and 20%, and then Bitcoin has dropped anywhere between 20 and 30% there. So we do have to be aware. We have bearish divergence on the daily and on the weekly on the SPY. Historically, that has led to downside as well. So the timing there. And of course, the options expiry with max pain, I believe it is about 661 is the max pain for options expiry there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, Bitcoin is struggling. We have a bear flag on the weekly. We have a bear flag on the daily time frame as well. The breakdown target for that we will measure if we lose that level, but it's going to be pretty heavy. Let me just tell you that. Again, the levels that I gave you were absolute golden. Long off 86,300, short below it. Of course, you could take additional shorts below 85,700, and then I do expect this wick to be filled at some point. It's just a matter of, do we have a bit of a rally or dead cat bounce first before we come and fill at least this wick. And of course, I do expect Bitcoin to make its way much further down. I don't think we'll get as low as 56 there, the 200-week moving average, because I do expect us to have a dead cat bounce before we come down to this level here, which would raise this up and also would lengthen the amount of time it takes to get down there. Now, it's just whether or not we have some further move to the downside first to this 81 or possibly 74 before we have a bounce back to, and at some point retest this ever decreasing 200-day moving average, which is down to 108. It's almost down to 107. When I first started talking about this, it was up at 110. So you can see how this comes down and the 200-week begins to move up, and we'll find a bounce up to that and then a bounce down to that 200-week. And it just really depends where these levels are when they hit them there. Now, of course, if we go on any kind of a rally here, We can take longs from 88 and 90 and also 93, and we can also take shorts from those levels as well. So those are your Bitcoin levels there. Now, the one stock to rule them all, of course, is Tesla, the bestla there. I don't know why people call it Stressler. I cancel that. I call it Bestla because it has been absolutely crushing it. And of course, if you've tried the full self drive or their assisted self drive, we do have that issue at the moment with California where they are being asked to amend their marketing it was assisted self driving, and I think they went to full self drive there, and they just have to adjust their marketing. I'll keep you in line with that. It doesn't seem to have affected price. When the news broke last night, it did cause a little bit of a drawdown, but that has been brought up in the pre-market. They're still allowed to sell in California. They have 90 days to change their marketing. I think they can do that and work that out there. Okay, but I will say I'm getting bombarded with people asking me, is it going to keep going up? What do I see? Well, first of all, it has reached the technical target that I gave all the way back here at around $430. I identified a double bottom here. You can see there's the first bottom. It's a beautiful W double bottom. That was measured out to exactly where we are right now at $490, just a peak above that at 491. So it has reached that technical target. That doesn't mean that it can't keep going. However, I would urge caution. We do have, just like on the SPY, bearish divergence on the RSI on both the daily and the weekly time frame. More pronounced here, we have bearish divergence here. You can see it actually probably double bearish divergence there. So I do expect a pullback for Tesla. It's just how high it goes before it pulls back. Where would I possibly looking if I was to look, say, hey, where would I get back into Tesla or get into Tesla or add to my Tesla position? There would probably be the 9 EMA on the daily. We do see that it has come back and tested this. You can see even this big move up here, it came back, retested it, even come back to the 20. Another thing that could happen is we could create a bull flag here. And it's possible that this bearish divergence it can be invalidated. It's going to have to push above about 81 on the RSI to invalidate that bearish divergence, but it's possible. So you're saying there's a chance, yes. And so we would see a bull flag create here. The 9 EMA would catch up to it, and then there would possibly be a trade somewhere in here. But the risk is more to the downside at the moment. And yes, it could keep going up a little bit, but I'm looking for entries off the 9 EMA, or if we have a pause here and create a bull flag and the 9 EMA does catch up to it there, that could be a potential entry. And of course, if we see a capitulation to the downside and we melt through these levels, then I'll look for other entries there. That's the Tesla entry there. And all you had to do was take that trade there, a beautiful trade as it broke through the 50-day moving average, a beautiful double bottom there. We had it break through the 9. The 9 crosses the 20. Of course, we have the tribal trades indicator. Notice how we didn't get a green dot here. It failed. We get a green dot here. We bust through there. Absolutely incredible. The tribal trades indicator, one indicator to rule them all. And even though we had that red dot, which was a small pullback, what do I look for in red dots? Is if we're in an uptrend, I generally find they get stopped out at the 9 or the 20 EMA and become good times to buy. And then we get that beautiful reversal. We get a nice blue arrow to continue the trend to the upside. That's how good the tribal trades indicator is. And of course, you get that indicator with the Tribal Trades Discord membership there. It comes with the Tribal Trades indicator, a new indicator that is on track to be released before Christmas. Absolutely going to be incredible. I know you're going to love that one as well. We have the Tribal Trade System. Listen, we've got the 1K per day challenge, and that 1K per day challenge is always going to be running for everybody who comes in. This is what the Tribal Trades Discord is about, is helping to educate. And of course, because I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? So it's for education, entertainment purposes on how to educate to that 1K per day. And I always look to start out with, hey, let's just make $100 a day. Let's start off with $1,000 per trade. Maybe that's too much for you, 500 per trade or $100 per trade. What the main goal, number one, is to win and to teach people how to make winning trades. You can see these trades here. High win rates, 86%. These are hand-picked trades that spent hours each day finding these hand-picked trades, which is why these win rates are so high, because we pick low probability, sorry, low, not low probability. This is the mistake that people make. They pick low probability, high risk trades. We look for low risk, not no risk, and high probability trades. So the first step of getting to the 1K per day is actually learning to get a high win rate. Once people have a high win rate, and they're winning over 70% every single month, if not higher, 80, 90%, then we teach to start scaling up. Instead of putting $1,000 per trade, can put 2,000 or 3,000 per trade. And instead of just being 1,000 per week, that turns into 2,000 or 3,000 per week there. That's how simple as it is. It's such a simple strategy. You get the Tribal Trades trading system that teaches you this entire strategy included in the price of the Tribal Trades Discord there. And of course, we have all the receipts from all our plays here that you can see, and they'll be added to on a weekly basis how each of the trades do perform and how they go there. And so you can see even the stop loss strategy we provide there are 3% stop loss on trades would have resulted in 0 stop outs. The following week, a 2% stop loss on would have resulted in 0 stop outs on those trades and 3% on there. So you can see all the strategies there are going through. We have all these wonderful chart setups. We have longer term plays, the medium term swing plays, the day trades, the stock and the crypto plays, some chart setup plays. A new tab that we've added is earnings plays, to play the earnings strategy there. I can't wait to share that with you once we start that early next year, when the first round of earnings come in the new year, and show you the results that we're going to get from that. Absolutely incredible. We have our crown trader April, who's been absolutely crushing it as well. We have all of our bot signals there, as well as a whole bunch more. And of course, as always, my favorite channel out of all the channels is the wins section in the Tribal Trades Discord, is seeing people make the wins and take the wins there in the Tribal Trades Discord. Absolutely incredible wake up wins. I love seeing this. I love this here. 8 bananas, $100. Absolutely fantastic. Working up to this $100 per day. See profit, take profit. It's just about teaching people, first of all, how to win trades. Listen, the goal of trading is to win trades. Win trades. Number one, win the trade. Once you learn to have a winning percentage over 70% there, then it can be time to scale up and start to win with greater amounts of money. That's how you get up to $1,000 per day. That's how people who have come into the Tribal Trades Discord who weren't making $1,000 per day are now making $1,000 per day. Now, if you want to sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord, there is a link below in the description. $15 off through till Christmas. Time is running out there. And you can get that discount. There's a link below in the description. You might need to click the more button. That will pop out. There'll be a link there. It will ask you to join the wait list. Yes, you do have to join a wait list, but you won't have to wait very long. Of course, you will get access in the month of December. I am each day we are having people join the Tribal Trades Discord. The sooner people can get started, the sooner they can start making that wealth transformational gains. You will be asked to add your credit card details and payment details to the wait list. Once you've done that, of course, you'll go on the wait list, but you will not be charged until you get added to the Tribal Trades Discord. And remember, you must have the Discord app to join the Discord. People are signing up on the WAP platform. That's where you pay, but you have to have the Discord app first. You want to download that. You set up an account. It's free. The Discord app is free. and you just your email address and password, and you sign up, or phone number and password, and you sign up for the Discord app. And then if you have any issues, the WAP team can help you connect to the Discord app as well. It's all there. And of course, there is no lock in whatsoever. It's just month to month. So if for any reason it doesn't work out or you're not able to renew there, we're going to wish you all the best there. Of course, there are always people waiting to come up and take your place. However, I just know that once you join the Tribal Trades Discord, I call it the Tribal Trades family, and you see the life transformational gains and the wealth transformational journey that we are undertaking, you're just not going to want to leave. Well, that's all we have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.